In this chapter we will create the box with procedural cables. The working principle of this tool is the following. On the surface of an object with a Boolean node we will create a hole, and inside this hole the cables will be generated. So, let's start. Add a box. On the surface of this box we will create the hole. Add the group delete node. And add this symbol, which means that all groups will be deleted. Add a line. With its help we will control the size of the hole in one direction. Next, add the match size node. On the Z-axis select maximum. Activate scale to fit. Now we add the Carve node. With which we will control the size of the line, with the help of the second and first U. Select the line and match size node and copy them. On the Z-axis select minimum. Select the Carve node and create a reference copy. Create another copy. For the Z-axis select the center, and for the X-axis maximum. And here we also create a reference copy of the Carve node. Last copy. For the X-axis select minimum, and add the reference copy of the Carve node. We have created a line on each side of the cube. Here we will add the switch node and we will connect all these nodes. In this way, we will select on which side of the object to create the cable hole. Select all nodes up to group delete, and create a subnetwork. I will change the network wiring style. Select and copy these two nodes. Change the direction of the line. In this way we will select the width of the hole. For the Z-axis select center, and for the X-axis the minimum. Add the Carve node, and activate the second U. Add match size, to center the line. And now add the copy to points node. In the first input connect the line, and in the second input connect the switch node. Create another line, for the length of the hole. Change the direction of the line. And add the Carve node. Add the match size node, to center the line, and then we add the copy to points node. Add the merge node and combine all the results. And we obtained such a construction, with which we will control the length, width and height. Add the bound node, and we delete the box, we don't need it. With this box we will create a hole in geometry. Add the Boolean node. In the second input connect the bound node, and in the first input connect the geometry from group delete. Further inside this hole, we will generate the cables. Activate group B inside A. And delete the box, leave only the hole. Add the delete node and select group B inside A. Operation delete non-selected. Add the poly extrude node. Distance 0.009. Add the null node, and rename it to box. Go back to the subnet. and rename it to Cables. Open Edit Parameter Interface. Select these parameters and make them invisible. Next, we will add some parameters in the interface. Select the Carve node, and we will add the height parameters. This parameter will be height 1 and this height 2. The next parameter we will add is the length. And this parameter will be the width. The minimum value 0.02 and maximum value 0.99. To all parameters we will add the minimum and maximum value. And press Apply. Add the output node. We will have two outputs. We will use the first one to visualize the geometry, and we will use the second one to create the hole in the geometry. Add the Boolean node. The second input connect cables. In the first input add the box node. Combine the result with the merge node. And check how it works. Select all nodes and add a network box. Select the Poly Extrude node and activate the Extrude Front group. Next we will create the cable generator. Add node delete. Select Group Extrude Front. Operation, delete non-selected. Add the grid node and match size. Orientation YZ plane. Activate scale to fit. And move the grid to the center of the axis. Add a line and we will change its direction. On this line we will copy the grid. But first we will change its size, add the match size node, and connect the line. Activate scale to fit. Add the resample node, and we will add more points on the line. Maximum segments, 8. Next, we will group the first and last point, add the group expression node. Add the delete node and select group 1. Entity points. And copy the grid on points. Add the node copy to points. Next we will deform the geometry a bit, add the point jitter node. Scale 0.007. Next we will create another set of grids, only we will position them horizontally. Add the grid node, and match size. In the first input, connect the grid node, and in the second node, delete. Activate scale to fit. Add the match size node and center the grid. Add the line and match size nodes. Select the match size node and activate scale to fit. Add the resample node, and we will add more points on the line. Maximum segment 17. And group the first and last point, after which we delete them. Add a copy to points. And we will distort the grids. Select the point jitter nodes and add the merge node. Return to delete node and create a group. Activate keep binomials. Add the split node, and select group 1. Add the clean node and delete all groups. Return to the split node, and in the first output, add the lot subdivision node. Minimum lot size 0.001, and change the value to random seed. Add the measure node. We will need the area attribute. Activate Bake Visualized Range. And click here to view the area attribute. We will group faces that are too small. Add the group expression node and enter the following expression. At the moment all are selected, even if we change other values. Check Geometry Spreadsheet. Here are values much lower than 0.7. Return to the Measure node and activate Remap Range. And delete Group 1. Add Poly Extrude. Inset 0.003 and disable output side. Add the Poly Extrude node. Distance 0.006. Activate Distance Scale. Depending on the value of the attribute, area will vary and the height of the extruded faces. Here we see the values that will be used for extrusion. Here we write the name of the attribute. And we see that the small elements feel lower. To make the height difference more pronounced, we will add the attribute Remap node. Select the attribute and set the minimum and maximum values. Add the Clean node and delete all groups. Add the Null node and rename it to Boolean. Return to the Split node. Add the Lot Subdivision node. Minimum lot size 0.005 and change the value to random seed. Add the Measure node and activate Remap Range. And with the Group Expression node, select the primitives that have the value of the attribute less than 0.6. And delete Group 1. Select these nodes and copy them. And set the minimum and maximum values. Add the subdivide node. Change the algorithm. In the def parameter, add 3. Add the Boolean node and select intersect. Add group node. Activate keep by normals. Spread angle 20. Group type points. We will rename the group in start. And now with the group range node, we will select only a part of these points. Base group, select start. We will rename this group in start points. Group type points. Range 3. Select the group node and double it. And invert the axis. Rename the group in end. Select group range node and double it. Base group, select end. Group name endpoints. Add the clean node. And exclude endpoints and start points groups. Copy the null node. Add the null node and rename it in out. make a copy. Copy the clean node and add it after poly extrude. And connect in this way. Add the merge node, and connect the null nodes. Add another null and rename it in outboxes. Add poly bevel node. Set distance 0.001. Next we will create a bar, which will always be in the center of the box. Select the delete node, add the null node, and then add the bound node. On the Z-axis we will reduce its size a bit. Add another bound, which we reduce its size on the X-axis. Now we will add a line. Length 0.1. Add the poly extrude node. Activate Transform Extruded Front, select Global, and here enter the value 0.1. Add another poly extrude. Distance 0.1, and activate the output side option. And center it with match size node. Add the transform node, and reduce its size. Add a match size node. Activate Scale to Fit. And disable the X and Y axes. Add a match size node. In the first input, connect the transform node. Activate Scale to Fit. And disable the X and Y axes. Add the switch node and connect the nodes twice the same node. Add the subdivide node. Change the algorithm and select depth 2. Next we will group the points at the bottom. Group name, start points. Duplicate this null and connect it to the group 4 node. Copy this null node and connect it to this switch. Next I will add network box. We add the Boolean node. In the first input we connect the merge node, in the second input we add the out2 node. In this way the cables that will be generated will not pass through this bar, but will bypass it. For input 1 select surface. Add the delete small parts node. Mode select perimeter. Add the Boolean node. In the first input connect the delete node, in the second input add the to Boolean 1 node. Operation union. And here select surface. Next, we will combine these two groups. Add the group combine node. Select the groups, endpoints, and start points. Here select union, and here select endpoints. Add the group delete node and delete the start points group. Add the Boolean node. In the first input, connect the group delete node. In the second input, add the toBoolean node. Select union, and here select surface. Add the Boolean node. Select union, and in the second input add the toBoolean too. And here select surface. And now we will generate the cables. Add the find shortest path node. Add the start points and end points groups. Output path select from any start to each end. Add the clean node and delete all groups and attributes. Add the fuse and smooth node. Strength 7 and filter quality 3. And we will add thickness to these lines. Add polywire node. Wire radius 0.0018. Let's lower the output node below. Add the assemble node and activate the create pack geometry parameter. Now we will delete the attributes and groups that we will not use. Add group by range node. Range filter 3. Group name, split. Now we will divide these boxes into two parts. Add the split node and select the split group. Add the unpack node and then we will create a group on points. Add group node. Select heat by normals, spread angle 20, and here at -1. Group type, points. Group name, start. Add group by range. Base group, select start. Group name, start points. Range filter 3. Select these nodes and copy them. Change the group name to end. Here also add end. And here select the end group. We return to the group 6 node and delete the minus sign. Add merge node. Add the Boolean node. In the first input, connect the delete small parts node. Select union, and here select surface. Add the find shortest path node. Add the start points and end points groups. We will duplicate these nodes and connect them here. Return to the node find shortest path. And we will activate these two parameters. Add merge node. Add the group node, group name, cable. And here we also add the group node. Group name, boxes. And here at the poly extrude node. Select the extrude front group. Activate the side group parameter. And from here select the extrude side group. Inset 0.002. And we will activate the extrude front group. Add the poly extrude node. Select extrude side group. Distance 0.004. Add the group node. Group name, box. Add the merge node and combine these two nodes. And here add another merge node. The process of generating the cables will be the following. First, we will select the size of the box, and after that cables will be generated. Add the switch node. In the second input, connect the box without cables. Open Edit Parameter Interface. Add a toggle parameter, and rename it in Preview. Let's open the parameters from the interface, in the new window. Select the switch node, and create a relative channel reference. And test how it works. Add an integer parameter, and we will rename it in Select Direction. Activate the range parameter. The maximum value will be 3. Block minimum and maximum values. Select the switch node, grab the select direction parameter and create a relative channel reference. Check how it works. Here we will also create a relative channel reference. Grab the select direction parameter and create a relative channel reference. And check how it works. For the final version, I will increase the number of boxes. I will select the group expression node and decrease the value of this parameter. And at the end we do some more tests.